Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So, just going to start off by saying this morning we got a Nintendo Direct, but not one. It was actually shadow dropped yesterday that they were going to have a 45-minute Direct today entirely for Kirby Air Riders. And, I was not excited about it. I like Kirby. I really enjoyed Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. But the last Kirby game that I really remember playing was I think I played some of Kirby Return to Dreamland and then the very first Kirby's Dreamland like on the Game Boy. Other than that, I can't really remember any Kirby games that I've played. Just so the very first Kirby Air Ride, I didn't even know anything about it. So, but we got a 45-minute direct on Kirby Air Riders today. Not hosted by some random director no one knows about, but it was presented by Masahiro Sakurai himself. And for those of you who don't know who he is, don't feel bad, because I did not know who he was either until I did research about it. So, he is the guy, the man, the myth, the legend, apparently, who does everything Kirby and Smash Brothers. So that's why I have this here, because I don't have any other Kirby games up there. So, but so the look of this game, just from what I could see, it looks spectacular. I didn't, like I said, I did not play Kirby Air Ride, but just from what I saw from this, I'm actually really excited for this game to come out. Yes, we have a good ways to go. It is coming out in November. November 20th, I believe, is the actual date that's coming. It's going to have a $70 price tag. Since it is a first party game, going to be all in cartridge, so no game key cards worries there. So that's a plus in my book already, right there. No game key cards. But this direct and everything that they showed, or that he showed, he showed gameplay for all the different modes that you could play, all the different characters that were there, different courses for riding, how the control system seems like it's really simple. It's really two buttons and then your little control pad. Just go through direct to which direction you want to move. And then you push B, hold it down, do your charge, it gets you a boost. And then you have a special that you charge up, push Y for your special, and does that. So, pretty simple controls, but I imagine that with the simplicity, probably takes a while to actually master the game. Just from what I saw, it looked like it was really fast paced. Not what I was expecting. It's it's like Mario Kart World. Well, maybe not Mario Kart World, but a Mario Kart game, but with Kirby people. And he even made a joke about that. He says, this looks a lot like Mario Kart World. So, and it did. But in the feature that he actually did say, if it looked like it was too fast paced for you, there is a slowdown feature, which is good, which I will probably be using for my kids, because they are not up to that. They are not up to that level. And if I go through and just start beating them really bad, then they're never going to play again. They're like, "Oh, you no fun, Dad." So probably do it in slow mode. Maybe take it easy on them. But all the different characters, not just Kirby, every character can get the copy ability, which is cool. It means every single character, from what they saw and what they showed off, has different aspects in how they can go through and copy. Like, there was the chef. I can't remember what his name is now, but he would go through and capture them with his ladle. And then there was the slime that would go through it has a tongue, so he wraps them up with his tongue. And you had King DDD that would go through and just grab them and be able to take their powers. And obviously, Kirby still does his suction powers and things. And when you get your abilities, you don't have to use it. If you don't want it, if you want a different one, you just spit it out, hit the person in front of you. The gameplay that they actually showed off on this is really looked really interesting to me, because it looked like the person that's in front of you, you don't have to worry about being behind them, because as they're moving, they are constantly setting off these little stars that you go through. As long as you're close enough to collect them, and it will boost you forward. And there's so many different costumes. Like, there's a costume for every single person for all the different power-ups. And from what I can understand, it's what you would expect from Sakurai. He just goes through above and beyond for the details in all the games. And the art of it is very reminiscent of basically any Kirby. It's just really vibrant and bright. The only downside that I heard anyone really even talk about was that they took still shots for like certain images, and it actually looked like a Switch 1 game. But this is coming out for the Switch 2, which is something that they were like, I wasn't expecting those kind of graphics. I was expecting something better for the Switch 2. But you know what? If you're playing, you're having fun, who cares what it looks like? I'm just saying. I could care. I could really care less if it's got Switch 1 graphics on the Switch 2, as long as the game is fun. That's all that really matters. And there's so much going on. I did not take notes because I was kind of just watching it at work, but so I couldn't take any notes. But there's just so much to be able to try. I can't tell. I mean, obviously, it went for 45 minutes. Just talk, and then he even said, "This isn't everything." So it's like, how much more does he actually have underneath his hat that went into this game? And from what I understand, the very first Kirby Air Ride, he had 3.5 months to get that game done. So this game is actually like all the stuff that he wanted to put in the first one, but he couldn't. So it's just like a love letter to Kirby Air Ride. And yes, it is Air Ride, not Riders, as much as some other people have been saying. So, and on top of all the different characters, there's tons of different. I think they call them machines, but it says that each one of them, it classified them as, well, the vast majority of them were just classified as different, like, stars and the wheelie bike and just so many different options. And they all have their different stats for them. And with the characters, they actually, the machines themselves, the sizes change based upon which character is actually on them. And what that does is it affects the stats, so it'll make it so that if you have the same machine with Kirby on it, and then you have it with King DDD, the one with King DDD is slightly bigger, and while it would have less maneuverability as the one with Kirby on it, it actually has a higher top speed. So, I mean, and there's so many just mind games that you're going off, because unlike Mario Kart, you can actually deal enough damage to your opponents to knock them out of the race completely. So you have like a life bar that you're going to have to worry about watching out for when you're getting hit. So that in itself seems like it's really like a really interesting aspect of it. I mean, people were complaining that there's only 6 riders per race, but it's very fast paced and with 6 people all shooting at each other and everything, trying to knock them out, each other out of the race. I don't really see how you could have much more people than that. It would seem like it would get. I mean, if you had 24 like they do in Mario Kart World, doing in this game, it just seems like you wouldn't be able to do anything because you just spend the entire time just trying to dodge the entire the entire time and hope you just make it around the track. He showed a lap how fast paced it was, and then the racing itself is actually kind of like secondary. The main event of this game, from what he showed off, was the city trials, and it's a map. I think it was called Skya, and it's just got us all these different little zones, and there's 16 people in this little zone area. You have a 5 minutes to just go through, get as many power-ups, collectibles as you can to get set up for the stadium for after that 5 minutes is up, for all the different like events that they have, and you get to rank and choose based upon what stats it was that you actually picked up. So you can try to choose which of the courses you want to try to take, and it's kind of like, because they're 16, so it's like whichever one gets the most and stuff, and you go on to, and if you actually choose one of the courses and no one else chooses it, you go into that course and you're the automatic winner. It's not like you don't have to do anything, just win, which was kind of funny, an aspect that they put that in. So yeah, I am just really excited about this game to be coming out, and yeah, it's a couple of months away, but hey, I can wait to it. We'll see what Nintendo has coming out between now and then. So I hope you all liked this video. If you like this kind of content, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Please help me keep going, help me keep growing. I can't thank you all enough, but I'll see you all next time.